You don't know anything about Chuck Tingle.
I don't.
Dude,
I have no idea who this man is.
Oh my God. I think I learned about him like beginning of COVID times.
Okay.
He'd already been popping off without me. I didn't know, but
he left you in the dust.
I know he left me in the dust, and I thought this man was just pure satire. Like, I didn't think he was a serious author. I thought he was just like, I'm just going to do this to fuck with people.
Okay.
So I guess back in, oh my gosh, I'm going to be so bad with dates. It was around 2015, 2016. A man who uses the pseudonym Chuck Tingle decided to start making gay erotica stories. Just for like funsies. Okay. And I want to read a few of his works, the titles. In 2014, he wrote a book called My Billionaire Triceratops Craves Gay Ass. In 2015, he wrote Glazed by the Gay Living Donuts.
Oh.
In 2016, Slammed in the Butthole by My Concept of Linear Time.
Wow. These are books?
2021, I Have No Butt and I Must Pound. And
what the fuck?
2022, Pounded in the Butt by My Handsome Sentient Library Card Who Seems Otherworldly, but in reality is just a natural part of the priceless resources of our library system provides.
That's a title? That's a mouthful.
He is known for writing these weird ass stories, but everyone fucking loves them. And it's funny because there was like this whole controversy that happened with like this book awards that goes on called the Hugo Awards. Mm-hmm. They're known for the Hugo Awards at that point. I don't know where it's at right now. Really was just making sure that no LGBTQ books won Hugo Awards. Okay. Like that was their whole thing. And so there was like a bunch of racist books that were winning the Hugo Awards. Mm-hmm. So for some reason, Chuck Tingle's award his book got nominated for a Hugo Award. I don't remember which one, but in retaliation to this, he wrote a book called like Pounded in the Butt by my Hugo Award nomination. And I think he won.
He won?
I think he's won twice from what I know. And so he's just become this person who writes these books. Mm-hmm. No one knows what he looks like. He wears a pink bag over his face that says love is real. Mm-hmm. Love that for him. He has said before that he was born in a place called like No Truth, Utah, which is a place that doesn't exist. Like it used to exist in the 1930s as like a place that was very against gay people and very big on church. Uh-huh. Stopped existing in 1977, so he didn't live there. He says he went to DeVry to get a degree in holistic massaging. That doesn't exist.
So he's a liar.
He's a liar. And apparently he has a beautiful son named John.
Who's probably lying about that.
And apparently John edits his works.
Oh, maybe not then. Maybe that's real. Maybe that's the only real thing.
He has been interviewed. They have met him.
Okay.
His new book, Bury Your Gaze, I think the audiobook was done by very big names. Like T. Kingfisher is in the audiobook. TJ Klune is in the audiobook. Like
so interesting.
Yeah. So he's an anomaly. Mm-hmm. An anomaly of a man. This book that we're gonna talk about, Camp Damascus, and his book Bury Your Gaze, are the first two books to ever be published under an agency.
Okay.
Thank you. I want to show you a cover of one of his books.
I do want to say that hearing the other titles, it almost feels like he didn't write this one. Then Camp Damascus, that's so tame compared to
Pounded in the Butt by My Own Butt. That was the first one I ever knew about.
Uh-huh. Did you read them?
No, I did not. And I really wanted to before this episode. But honestly, I don't know what to expect. Because this is what I thought of when I thought of Chuck Tingle.
Pounded in the Butt by My Own Butt. Interesting.
And then that book did so well. He wrote another one called Pounded in the Butt by My Book, Pounded in the Butt by My Own Butt. What the fuck?
This is so interesting. I just want to know more about Chuck Tingle, though.
Me too.
Who are they?
There is so little known about this person. We live in mystery. And my expectations for this book was there is going to be nothing taken seriously.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be a full-on like satire.
You're saying erotica. I don't think there was any in Camp Damascus that I can remember. Yeah. No, I don't think so.
So Yajaira and I, we have a shared note app on our phone in which we write like the books we're going to read for the month. Mm-hmm. And this book kept making it, getting off, making it, getting off. And I told you, because we were trying to find books that we wanted to add to our bulk. And I was like, I really want to read this book.
Yeah.
I really, really, really want to read it.
You bought this book too.
I did. I feel so strongly about this book just because of me following Chuck Tingle for the amount of time that I did. So I'm very, very excited to talk about this man.
Okay.
Whoever he may be. He's out there watching though.
Oh my God. Hey, Chuck. I don't think so, but maybe.
So that being said, do you think a book about religion and like extreme conversion therapy, do you think a book about dismantling that shit can fix your life?
Yeah, I think so.
Welcome to the Book Fix Podcast, a podcast where we fix lives one book at a time. I'm your host, Cheli.
And I'm your host, Yajaira.
And today we're going to be talking about Camp Damascus by Chuck Tingle. I'm so fucking excited, dude. I will say I did buy this book, but fuck, I didn't even get to like physically read it.
Oh, no?
I listened to the audiobook and it's just sitting on my counter and I'm like, damn, I want to annotate the shit out of that book.
Oh, I really expected you to have written notes on it, but that makes sense because you didn't bring it.
Yeah, I didn't bring it. But I have so much to say, so why don't we just get started? Why don't you start us off?
Okay, so the book starts off, I don't know how detailed we're going to be. The book starts off with our main character named Rose Darling, and I think she's in her early 20s.
Yeah.
And so I don't remember her friend's name. The guy?
Mariah and
no, the guy.
Isaiah?
Was it Isaiah? Okay, well, She has a friend, Isaiah. But she's with a group of people her age right now. And they're kind of like jumping off of a cliff.
Yeah.
And she doesn't really want to do it. She's kind of hesitant. And then her friend, Isaiah, is like, oh, come on, Rose. We'll do it together, right? Because I guess they're besties. They're best friends. So they end up doing it, and she's really excited. She like loves this thrill. But before this, we kind of get an insight on her, and I was kind of surprised because I had no idea what this book was about.
Yes.
I was kind of surprised at how religious she was. I remember she made a comment on somebody in this group, and she was thinking, well, it's because they don't follow the Lord.
Yeah.
And so she's very much that person who thinks they're higher than thou because of her religious beliefs. Oh, and I do want to start off by saying that we're going to hella spoil this book. And also, we're not coming for any religion in particular.
Oh, yeah.
We are just going to discuss this book at face value.
If we make jokes too, we don't make it to offend. It's just that this was our experience reading this.
Yeah.
So...
And
just putting that out there.
And also remember, it's definitely something that's extreme. So we're just responding to it being extreme.
Well, to continue with what you were saying, our main character Rose, she often refers to herself as like a kingdom kid because it's the kingdom of the hill or whatever it was called. Of the pine. But she refers to herself as that. So she has a lot of inner monologue when someone will ask her like, oh, you haven't read Peter Pan?
Oh, yeah.
And she's just kind of like, okay, how do I answer this? Because I can't say no because of, the magical undertones and religion. I can't say that. So I'll just say like, my parents said no. And so she says that. And then I think the person she was telling, which was Mariah, was like, damn, that's fucking wild. And she's like, I know, parents, right? And just fucking Rose in her head like, oh, I gotta pray today. That was so fucking messed up that I said that.
Yeah.
I was also really shocked. I didn't know what to expect out of this book.
She was all thinking, God forgive me. I just had to say it. I had to say it so that I didn't come off a weird way.
Yeah.
I thought it was so funny though that after all of this scenario, fucking Isaiah takes her home. And to me, I don't know if you felt the same way, but everything felt so like something's weird about this. It kind of gave me the same vibe as like Get Out, where it's like there's something off.
Yes.
And so when Isaiah walks her to the front of her house, he kisses her, and she's just like, what? We're friends. And he was like, oh, I thought that's what you wanted. You know, I thought that's where this relationship was going. And she has zero interest in him, right? But you know what made it even weirder to me?
I think I know what part you're talking
about. When she fucking walked in, had dinner with her family, and her family was like, how was your date? What date? You mean when I was hanging out with all my friends? With the whole group?
You mean the bros?
And her parents were so like, wait, so you don't like Isaiah? Are you sure? Like, well, I think you should go out with him. Give him a chance.
I know that we've told you in the past that you can't date, but you're 20 now.
Yeah.
And you're going to have kids one day.
Don't you want to serve the Lord by being a housewife?
Oh, my God. You forgot one thing that I really fucking hated. The part where when Isaiah kissed her and realized that it wasn't a mutual feeling, doesn't he turn around and punch the wall?
Oh my God, yes, I forgot about that. Yeah, he had such a weird reaction to it, but then her reaction was weird too, because she was just like, oh, my bad. Like, it was just like, oh, okay. Yeah, he's upset. I get it. I'm a 10. So it's his loss.
Yeah,
but so weird.
But her parents were very like, you should, give him a chance. He's a really good kid. And I forget what's going on, but she's trying to keep it as normal as possible.
But the thing about her is that she knows what to say.
Yeah.
She knows exactly how to play her cards, so nothing is off. But then again, I mean, she's still brainwashed. I think you can tell that she's brainwashed with the way that she speaks.
You think so?
Yeah, everything felt so weird.
To me, I felt like this story was going to be about a person who was about to fucking lose it. Like, with the way that she talked about the girl Mariah at the beginning, I was like, she likes Mariah. Because Mariah was the girl who talked about Peter Pan, and she made like a mental note. She's like, I love when Mariah does things and I just notice them. I just kind of notice when she does things.
Yeah, and then she was like, why can't I stop staring at Mariah?
Why
is she so captivating?
Like, I know this part's not in the beginning, but I thought it was really funny when Rose in her head, she was like, okay, I'm going to think of a hot guy. The only guy I know is Jesus Christ.
What other man is there? My father?
Just morph him into Jesus. I thought that shit was so funny because she was just so unaware, but also like it was right there.
Yeah.
Like, she was just like a teetering figuring out.
I do want to say, like, I kind of agree with you where with her it wasn't super obvious, but I think what it was for me was the parents with the way that they were speaking to her. I was thinking there's something off, but then also like what happened after that during the dinner.
So they were eating Pusgetti, and I remember that Rose wanted to say something, but she immediately started having a coughing fit. And she was just kind of like trying to play it cool and everything. And she looks at her hand and she coughs up a fly. It's like a bug that looks like a fly. Some sort of
bug. Yeah. Because she like looked up this shit.
Yes. So she looks at it, and I think while that was going on, her parents looked at her like kind of off.
Yeah.
Looked at each other and then went back to normal. Like, oh, you probably just swallowed that when you were at the waterfall. That happens.
They kept trying to make excuses like, oh, maybe it laid eggs in there or something.
Maybe. But then she coughed out like a big sludge of bugs, basically. And at that time, the mom just started praying. Like, she was like full on already third verse in.
Yeah.
And the dad, I think, puts his hand on her shoulder and is like, now, you shouldn't be scared of the will of God.
Yeah.
He's just out here.
God willed that to happen. Yeah. And let's not question it. It just happened.
What's the Spanish saying that I've heard so much in my life?
It's ingrained into you.
It's the Dios solo aprieta tu mano.
Which means
Like-
God only squeezes your hand.
So he's not gonna hurt you. He's just testing you.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God.
Not me. If I threw up a bug, I'm out of here. I'm going to the hospital. I want you to clean me out and then put everything back in. That's so fucking disgusting.
Dude, I would be so grossed out too. A fucking bug?
Hello?
A sludge?
Oh my God.
No, thank you.
Okay, off topic, on topic, off topic. I saw a fucking video of this guy. It wasn't a video. It was a picture of this guy who was getting his colonoscopy. You used to do medical stuff, so you know.
Yeah.
They found a fucking live ladybug up in that shit.
What the fuck?
Hello? If I was like sitting and the doctor's like, okay, I'm sorry to tell you, you're full of ladybugs. I passed away. I'm just gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna lay down. I'm just do what you gotta do, doctor.
I'm just gonna accept. Dude, I saw a video. I'm sure you probably saw it too, because I think it was like viral.
Yeah.
Because my fiance saw it too on his own.
Mm-hmm.
There was a video of an older woman where they put hydrogen peroxide in her ear. Did you see that one where she was like on the side? She was like laying on her side and they put hydrogen peroxide in her
The
ear.
one that bubbles, right?
And it bubbled and a fucking spider came out. I'm sleeping, earplugs in.
No, cut off my ears. Van Gogh me, but on both sides.
Sew them up.
I know. I don't want any openings in my body. I'm scared.
No, same.
Hell no. Oh my God. Have you ever been like a little child, like fucking at the park?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember when I was a child. No, at the fucking park running because it's so fun and you have your mouth open and then like a fly.
Yes.
Dude, when that shit would happen, I passed away.
It's a
dude, and I was like, we're going home. It's over, guys. It's over. It's like a family meeting. No,
cancel.
Wrap it up.
Let's go. I'm traumatized right now.
Put the carne asada back in the case.
Put the cow back together. Let's go. Yeah, it's.
I fucking can't. So
but she was very calm.
Yeah, but
Rose.
it's because
Rose is very calm.
her family was super big on her like repeating commandments, repeating certain things. And there was like 4 pillars that she had to repeat. And one of them was to never question what God did to you. And if you did, it's a sin.
Yeah, because after dinner, her dad catches her trying to look into this type of bug. And she comes out and she's just like, oh, it's this type of bug. And
it just doesn't make sense because if I had eaten it today and it laid eggs, it should have taken 8 days. Like she was like trying to connect everything.
And her dad was just like, well, you're questioning it. So do you not trust God's will? Yeah. And she was like, well, of course I do.
You know, I love my boy Jesus.
Of course.
You know what I thought was really cool at this part? I was listening to the audiobook, so I hope I'm not getting this wrong. When the dad comes in, doesn't it say the dad opens the door? Right? The dad opens the door to Rose's room and comes in. But then when he's leaving, he looks over.
Door.
There's no door. And she's just kind of like, I thought I had a door. And he's like, what are you talking about? You've never had a door. Come look.
So do you think that there was a door?
I thought so.
What did he fucking open?
I thought so. Maybe I heard it wrong, but I just know that when she went to the door frame, there was no
there was nothing
that showed that there were like drills,
like the hinge.
Yeah.
And the dad was like, "You've never had a door."
I don't even know what a door is.
Yeah.
Look at every door here. I don't. What am I even saying? We just have holes. That's why bugs come in.
I thought that was so interesting though, because she was so confused about the idea of never having a door.
Yeah.
What about privacy? Doesn't this girl need to change?
Not in the eye of the Lord.
You're right. You're right.
It's
like the dad is talking to her, and then the mom's in the background, like taking it out.
No door here.
Oh my god!
What did you think was going to happen? What were your thoughts so far? Because that was like what, chapter 1?
Yeah, I thought because again, I didn't know what this was, so I had no idea. I'll be honest, I had no idea. But I think it was that same night when she kept trying to research this whole bug situation, and then she was thirsty, so she went downstairs. I think it was her mom who was passed out in the living room, but the TV was on, and then there was an ad playing for Camp Damascus, and there was a bunch of people that she recognized in there, and they were basically like the reviews. What are they? testimonies.
Yeah.
So these people were the testimonies for Camp Damascus, saying this was a conversion therapy place and like
my life is better now.
Yeah, everything is better now. If you have sinful thoughts, if you lust over the same sex, call us today at 1-800 Camp Damascus. And so in this moment, I really thought that her parents were going to drag her there. That's where I
thought so too.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
Can I be honest? I'm a little disappointed it didn't work out like that.
Yeah.
I wanted to see life at the camp.
Yeah,
That's
me too.
what I wanted to see, so I felt kind of cheated that didn't happen. But okay. So Rose is over here living her 20 plus life, and she's like, okay, Isaiah's having a party. He kissed me, and even though that's gross because he's a guy, but I don't know why I feel like that. Even though that's gross, I'm still gonna go.
Can I just say I do love that when she was watching the ad, was it the ad or moment, or was it another moment where she was like, thank God I'm not gay. Do you remember that? She's like, I would never do that. Even though Mariah said I looked so fine in that bikini.
I know, even though I think about her every single night. It's only me and Jesus out here. So when she goes to this party with Isaiah, it's kind of funny. Everyone who sees them, they just go like, ooh, you're together? Yeah. Oh my God. And I think they sit down to do truth or dare.
Of course. It's always truth or dare.
And she gets picked. And the truth has to be that she needs to talk about how many times she has had sex. Can I tell you? I cringed.
I did too because I'm sorry. She's religious. So has she had any sexual partners?
Yeah. But I also really disliked, but maybe this is just her character. I feel like if we had done a deep dive on Rose, I feel like she would have been on the spectrum. Because sometimes she would have. Is she?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
I'm pretty sure she is.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
But
I'm pretty sure she's autistic.
That makes more sense because she had multiple moments where she was thinking in her head and she was going through whole scenarios, and it kind of felt like the world was kind of like
on pause.
Hello.
Oh, yeah. The part that really confused me was when she was looking at the TV and there was like a horror scene happening, but it was like violent.
So she was watching that, trying to think of like, how do I answer this sex question without seeming like a Jesus lover, which I am.
Which I do. I love Jesus.
And it was funny because her first response was like, I don't know.
I
like,
know.
How do you?
When she said, I don't know, I was like, what do you mean?
I don't know. It just kind of pops right in.
She's just like, there's just so many. How do I count?
Yeah, but.
And what do we consider sex?
Do we consider sex maybe
holding hands? Like
going through the pages of the Bible together? Hitting Corinthians together? Like, I don't know if I can
going to Sunday Mass together? Like, what is it?
That's kind of scandalous. But she is watching the TV and she's seeing like people being hung up and they look like they're dead, but it's that they've been skinned.
Yeah.
And the skin's still there. Like, from the way it explained it, it just feels like they opened them up and they're just alive.
Yeah.
Sitting like that. And she screams, and me with my one brain cell not knowing that, you know, this is gonna connect later, I was like, oh my God, can she not? Like, it's a horror movie. Rose, if I was with Rose, if I was her plus one and we were watching Final Destination and she screamed like she was about to die, I would have been like, Rose, I'm going home. I've embarrassed myself too much.
Walk home, girl. I'm over
Sorry,
this
Rose.
shit.
You said you don't know how many times you had sex? I'm leaving.
No, but
I'm leaving.
then when she screams out of fear of watching this scene, this violent scene, Isaiah kind of like hugs her and he's like, it's because she doesn't know horror movies. Like, she doesn't know, she's never seen these before. It's okay. I know. What does he say? Like, they're just so, like, they're godless. Like, I don't know if they're godless, but you know what I mean? Like, kind of giving that insinuation of, it's because they don't know the Lord and that's why they're
like
watching this shit.
Like we do, babe. It's like flexing. Have you seen those videos of people walking with their boyfriends and then when they like link their arm,
they
like,
flex? Yeah, of course.
That's Isaiah.
He was just flexing the whole time.
So they're like, you know what? I don't fucking care about
this girl right here.
So
let me
spin
ask
the bottle again.
And it lands on Mariah, right?
Yes.
And I thought it was so sad how Rose was like, oh, please, please, please pick me. Please. Because they tell Mariah, oh, you're going to go into the closet, have 7 minutes in heaven with somebody. Who do you want to go with? And fucking Rose is just like, please. I would just love, not to kiss her though, just to be alone with her.
I don't want to make a comment or anything, but it would be a godly moment to share 7 minutes with her, my girl.
I could talk about Jesus though.
Yeah. Through locked lips.
Oh my God.
I mean, ew. I'm not gay or anything.
Locked door.
Yeah. Wait, what's a door? What the fuck is a door?
And then Mariah picks a boy. Boo. How'd you feel about this?
I mean, I thought Mariah liked her.
Yeah, I did too.
I assumed that, but then I was like, okay, I want to see fucking Rose go crazy. I want to see her open the door like, why not me?
What does he have that I don't?
Like, he doesn't even look like Jesus. He doesn't. Where's his beard? Jesus is 10 feet tall. I don't see that in this man.
Yeah.
I have more Jesus qualities than he
does. Off topic, on topic.
Yeah.
I don't know how you pictured Rose, but I pictured her like dark hair, pale, kind of like Snow White vibes.
Yes.
But she's blonde.
So
when it said she was blonde, I was like, whoa, that's ruining my fantasy of what she looks like.
I imagined that one girl from Girl Defined. Do you know who Girl Defined is? They're that religious YouTube channel that gets a lot of like controversies because they really push women to be subservient to men.
Are they the ones that came out with like a documentary kind of thing?
I think they did.
Or is that another group?
No, I think they did. And honestly, it just feels... Wait, hold on. I'm going to look up the picture so you can see.
Oh.
I imagined this one right over here.
Interesting.
So they're just known as girls who like, although they come off as very kind, everything they say is like, you know what? Don't end up with a man who has struggles. Don't end up with a man who makes more time for his life than he does for God. And it's like,
But what if that's my type of man?
I know. It's like, but he can't make time for you though, because then he's going to be thinking about Jesus. So I thought of them when I thought of Rose. Okay. But it was really funny because Rose is over here having a gay crisis and heartstopper. But like, she's over here having a gay crisis in the other room and fucking the closet's just shaking. And she's like, I wanted to pray in there with her.
If I were in there, it would not be shaking.
No, I don't think so. But she then starts thinking about Mariah in like a more intimate way.
Yeah, she starts picturing those lips of hers and they're like kissing and stuff.
Yeah, which is weird because she's not gay or anything. Gosh.
Yeah.
I thought it was really funny though. I had no idea what was going on. Okay. But I thought it was really funny because she's over here having her first gay thought. Looks at a woman across the room, right? I think it's like a woman wearing a red t-shirt and like a name tag.
I don't remember. Keep going.
So there's a woman across the room that's wearing a name tag. She looks like she works at McDonald's. That's what I imagined. Okay. And then all of a sudden, this woman breaks into the closet and kills both Mariah and the kid that's in there. And it's funny because to me, it kind of seemed,
No, wasn't it the demon? She
exactly. She looks like a woman.
She saw a demon.
But did she know it was a demon then?
She didn't know it was a demon then, but she was like, there's something off about this one. Red shirt.
Yeah, because all of the demons wore uniforms. They were red shirts and yellow name tags.
That's so fucking funny.
Yeah, so remember that. Be looking like you work at McDonald's. This demon comes in, kills both of them, and Rose is like, gay thoughts gone. What the fuck was that?
But it wasn't that... Because I remember that the door opened and fucking Mariah's head just rolled out.
Yes.
And the guy that she was in was like screaming. So to everybody else, they're like, oh my God, what the fuck did this boy do?
Crazy in there. Oh, you're right. The guy doesn't die. It's just Mariah.
It's just Mariah because they blame the guy. But isn't it like only Rose knows that it wasn't the guy who did it? Everyone else thinks it was.
Yeah.
Because no one else saw this fucking demon.
But she runs away. Right? She doesn't stay at the party.
Yeah, I think she leaves.
I think she goes straight home, which is kind of crazy. Just coming home. Hey, mom. Hey, dad. Funny thing.
I'm hungry.
I know. Got more of that pescetti. So I I don't know what triggered. I think it's the fact that Mariah passed away and the fact that she wants to dwell on it. Her parents are kind of like, no, stop thinking about it. Like, you're not supposed to think about things like this. You're supposed to think about the Lord.
Yeah. So she keeps thinking about it, and they're like, this is weird. Why are you thinking about her so much?
So her mom tries to comfort her, and she has a game where her and Rose go on a walk, and she'll just point at a house, and she'll just be like, adultery. The woman was having an affair with another man. And then Rose has to come up with like, how can they be saved? Well, she has to turn to God. She has to do this, ask for forgiveness, and then
say 10 Padre Nuestros.
Yeah. And I
one
think,
Hail Mary.
And have a carne asada and you're good. So she does this. And I think
such a weird game to play. Because I wasn't sure if these scenarios were actually real.
Yep.
Because didn't she point at a house and was like, killed the whole family? Like, it was something like crazy.
But wasn't there one that was about Mariah? Like,
yes.
is young but never practiced the Lord's things and was having underage sex and being promiscuous and stuff. And like Rose knew, oh, you can't go to heaven,
Yeah.
But she was like, but I want Mariah to go to heaven. Who am I going to kiss? I mean, who am I going to pray with up there?
Yeah, when I'm over there, who am I going to play with?
Yeah, to have and to hold. Like,
of course.
So she didn't want to say anything. And I think her mom kind of dropped it, like didn't say anything back. And they're like, you know what? You're going through a lot, Rose. So why don't we take you to therapy? Because you have that therapist you see every single day through the church. Go ahead. How'd you feel about this?
The therapist, when he was first introduced, and I don't even remember what they were talking about, but he was so like, are you having any thoughts? Any like gay thoughts or anything? Right? Wasn't it something?
No.
Wasn't it something like, are you doing anything inappropriate that I should know about?
Yeah.
Right? Trying to get stuff out of her, but she would deny it. She would say, no,
Of course not.
Of course not.
Gay.
I love God. I would never.
Not me.
And I remember at this point, she had still been coughing up bugs, right?
Yes.
And he was asking her things about that, I think. And she just kept trying to deny it. But then didn't she notice the frames in his room?
I don't remember.
Because wasn't she like, oh, where were you? Or how was Camp Damascus? Like,
Oh,
like
you're
kind of
right.
asking his credentials, basically.
Because he didn't have any of his doctor credentials up.
Oh, yes, the
And
doctorate.
then she was like, why don't you have the schools you went to? You just have Camp Damascus and the church. And he was like, because I learned more from the church
than any school can teach me. I when I got to this part, immediately I was like, this guy's a fraud.
He's a fraud.
This guy got his doctorate through TikTok, and now he's like, yeah.
This
qualified.
This man, like Chuck Tingle, also got holistic massaging at DeVry. So I was so angry because he even offers Rose medication, but because Rose is so like Wikipedia's everything, she's like, this is just sugar. He's giving me sugar. This is not medication.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So there's like this locked security box in his office, and she watches him as he puts in the code, and she's like, I'm gonna save that for later.
It was
That
so
seems
funny
important.
to me how she just kept replaying the numbers over and over in her head.
And
then I remember, didn't she make like a saying that went along with the numbers?
Yeah, because she remembered verses from the Bible for the numbers.
Oh, yes. So doesn't she go on like a drive? She's just like, I need to get away from these bitches.
From the world.
Get away from these bitches. Try not to cough up any bugs or anything. And doesn't she end up at like a park? And she notices this girl sitting, and she's just like, I feel like I know her. I can't put my finger on it, but she looks so familiar to me. But I think at this point, it was already revealed to us that she would constantly have dreams.
Yes.
Of being with a girl that kind of looked like this girl.
Homosexuals, yeah.
Tendencies, yes, exactly. And so she sees this girl and goes up to her. She's just like, hey, do I know you?
In like a gay way?
Have we locked lips or not?
No. Who are you? And this girl's just like, oh my God,
She
I'm not
looks-
supposed to talk to you.
She looks fearful for her life. She looks so scared. And she's just like, get away from me.
Mm-hmm. And so then I think this girl, I don't remember how it goes, but I know that Rose tries to follow her, but then gives up, goes to her car.
Wait.
Oh, go ahead.
When she was talking to this girl, they did kind of have a moment because the girl was like, stop it, Rose. Okay, I used to love you, or I loved you, but just leave me alone. It's better for the both of us to never talk to each other again. And then she leaves. And that's when Rose was like, first of all, how does she know my name? And she loved me? So she had a moment like, oh my God, wait.
Well, doesn't she have that moment when she's in the car? Because Rose knocks at the window and is like, I'm sorry it's this way. I'm sorry that you don't remember me. I love you, but we can't meet.
Mm-hmm.
And she walks away, and then that's when Rose is like, what is love?
Yeah, she's just like in love with her now.
And just gay thoughts.
Yeah, they're coming.
Or actually,
flooding out.
I think they're blocked right now. But she does, like, she has little moments of like, I do remember her, but she remembers her in very intimate ways.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it's
Then she's on the car ride, and then she sees the demon. She sees her demon.
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't know her name, but her name is Willow, the ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
And so she sees Willow's demon. So I don't know if it was told to us yet, but we find out that Willow also has a demon attached to her, and that's why they can't be together.
Yeah. We don't know that yet. But we do know that these demons pop up when the gay thoughts come in. And I don't remember the way this plays out, but doesn't Rose crash? And the demons or Willow's demon is in the car. And she closes all the doors and just watches Willow's demon burn to death.
So the demons can be killed with fire.
Yeah. But that's just kind of like, okay, it's dead now.
Yeah, but I remember didn't she get really injured too? Because doesn't she ends up at the hospital?
Yeah.
And they're giving her morphine or something like that. I remember that scene.
And it's hard because like all your time in a bed with no gay thoughts?
Zero gay thoughts? Really?
I doubt it.
Even the fucking therapist is like, any gay thoughts? Any? No?
She's like fucking broken arm. Nah. That's not really what's concerning me right now.
No. Well, she is fantasizing about Willow a lot now.
Yeah, but it never... I will say, her demon only pops up when the gay thoughts get too inappropriate. Right?
Yeah.
So she's like just hand-holding. Strictly just hand-holding.
That's it. I swear. Nothing else.
But she's like, I feel like there's something going on. My parents are weird. Everyone's weird. I need to figure out what's going on. So when she goes to see her therapist again, when he leaves, she goes at night, I think. Breaks into his office, opens where his safety box was, and takes out a folder that just says like patients. Yeah,
but she finds her name. And that's when she finds out that she was a patient at Camp Damascus.
Wait, I'm a lesbian? I'm a gay? That's so funny to me.
Yeah.
It all makes sense.
How
do I quote RuPaul if I've never watched it before?
She probably has. It was just fucking brainwashed out of her.
Oh my God. So funny to me. That's so funny to me because she's coming out to herself at this point.
Yeah. Even though everyone already knows.
I know.
Wait, pause. I'm a little bit confused.
Okay.
So does the town know that she's gay? And they're just pretending? Like they're just like...
I don't think they care. I think, wow, this girl just be dating anyway.
No, but like, don't people know? I'm assuming it's like a small town, so word travels.
But I'm also assuming that a lot of people are part of the kingdom of whatever
of the
pine. I feel like a lot of people are, and the reason she's kind of branching out is because she's becoming an adult and now she's meeting other individuals outside. Like I feel like the part of town she's part of is very Kingdom of the Pine. And Camp Damascus is part of that town, but you know.
I don't know. I just don't believe that nobody came up to her and was like, hey, where's Willow? You know
where's
what
your
I mean?
girlfriend?
I don't believe that not one person brought up something.
I mean, I don't know. Would you?
Yeah. Where's your girlfriend? Why are you with this bitch? Weren't you gay?
Who the fuck is Isaiah?
Who's Isaiah?
You literally look sick when you kiss him.
So you obviously don't like him.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I just feel
you know what? You're kind of right, because I think I would have liked it if at the party where Mariah was at, she would have crashed into girls and would have been like, "Hey, where's Willow?
Yeah.
You're not with Willow
Even
anymore?"
if it's not like super.
Yeah. Or just looked at her with like knowing looks, like, "I know what you are."
Yeah.
Say it out loud.
I don't know.
No, I get
That's
you.
just my thoughts.
So she doesn't take her own file because she doesn't want it to look suspicious, but she takes a file of patients and she sees a bunch of names of people that she knows that are part of the church. And they don't go to Camp Damascus anymore, obviously. So she's like, fuck, I feel like I should talk to these people.
Yeah.
So there's one specific girl she talks to that when she meets her, she's pretending she wants to be part of this leadership program that the church does under the name of the guy who created Kingdom of the Pine. And fucking Rose, with like head full of like, I've read all these Jesus books, is trying to make it sound like, yeah, of course I want to be part of this.
Of course. I love Jesus.
I love Kingdom of the Pine and hate gay people. Talking about gay people.
Camp Damascus.
You've been there, right? You've been there, right?
Because you look familiar. Remember when we were there together?
And at that moment, and it's just funny knowing what I know now. At that moment, fucking that girl hit with a gay thought. And she's like looking across the room, not at Rose. And she's just like, what are you talking about? And she's crying, but she's smiling and not looking at her. So then Rose turns around and sees the girl's demon. And she's like, we could help. Like, I could help. We could do something. She's like, no, Rose, you gotta go. Like, I don't want you here. I don't, you know.
Yeah.
And immediately Rose is like, gosh, she's gonna fucking tattle on me.
And she does.
I gotta call my dad before anyone else. So she calls her dad and is like, hey dad, weird thing. There might be a rumor going around that I'm gay, but I'm not. I don't want to kiss girls gingerly. I don't want that. A tender kiss. I don't want to hold hands with a woman.
Dad, remember when I kissed Isaiah? You know I loved it.
You know I loved it. I love when men. I can't think of anything. I
don't remember the scene of her talking to her dad, but I do remember her getting home and her mom waiting for her outside, completely like, just, you know, when you could tell that they're mad.
Yes.
She was so pissed and she was just like, what is going on with you? Like, why are you asking questions? Stop asking questions. And she tells her that if you go in there, they're going to take you back to Camp Damascus. So get the fuck out.
Yep.
You need to go now.
And she tells her mom, like, you need to come with me. We need to go. And she's like, no, you go.
Yeah.
And she gives her a luggage of her things and she turns around and leaves. And it sucks because she has nowhere to go. I think she stays in like the middle of nowhere for a bit. She sleeps in her car.
Yeah.
And she just keeps driving. She's like, might as well look for the next name on this list. And she ends up in like a very remote part of another town and finds Saul.
Yeah.
Sal. I love Sal.
Yeah.
So much. Because he's just a very Christian gay man. Of course, he still has his demon, so he can't openly be gay. But even then, he doesn't even look openly Christian.
Yeah.
Like when they show up, it's like a huge garage with like a lot of different cars in different states of like repair. And he's playing like heavy Christian metal music.
It's like Christian rock.
I think it's so funny that Rose just has no thoughts in her brain because she's like, what is this sound?
She's like,
I don't understand it.
What is this?
It sounds a little gay. She's just like everything she says. I really loved the friendship between Sal and Rose a lot. It turns out that he used to be a camp counselor at Camp Damascus.
Yeah.
And him and Rose were actually really, really close.
Yeah.
And he has a few memories of Camp Damascus, just like her, but the different ones, just like of what was going on there. But she specifically remembers this tethering moment that connected the demons to the people. and she tells Sal, because they're really good at bouncing ideas off of each other. She's like, you ever think that hell isn't a place that's hot? It's a place that's cold. Mm-hmm. Because what kills these demons is heat. I know that because I killed one. So we could kill him.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of like, that's an idiot idea.
But let's do it.
Let's fucking do it. I want to build a flamethrower. Mm-hmm. And so they go on a fucking killing spree.
I do want to say, though, I thought it was so interesting that I think it was at this point when Rose kind of denounced her religious beliefs and she started making the Book of Rose, which was so fucking funny. It was literally just like still sayings that weren't in the Bible, but would be in the Bible if it was about her, I guess.
But it was phrases that were very much about like how important logic is and how important your values are. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was really sweet that she believed in that. And I thought it was really funny that she denounced religion, because then Sal was like, but demons exist.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't think that God's out there as well?
Yeah.
You know, and I think they even mentioned like, it's not God's fault that our religion is doing that. So.
Yeah.
You know, I think they kill Rose's demon first. They like put her in a box and burn her, I think.
Love that.
And then when she is...
I kind of feel bad for these demons. It's not their fault, technically, if you think about it.
Imagine working a 9 to 5 and people fucking hate you.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to be tethered to you, okay?
I'm sorry. It's just a job. I get 401k. Wild. I thought it was really nice when Sal killed his demon, because he did it in the middle of a field with a flamethrower, and then held up the flamethrower and looked at Rose from far away, and he was like, it fucking worked, bitch. Mm-hmm. Look at these gay thoughts.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
I did find it interesting how different they both were, though, because even though he is aware of, you know, these fucking demons, he still has his faith. But she's completely like denounced it. So I think it's like it's good to see the two differences.
Yeah. I thought it was really cute that before they killed their demons, they went to church. And she just wanted to sit in the car and he sat with her.
Yeah. Yeah, that was cute.
Such a good friendship.
But when was it that she was like, wait, I killed Willow's demon. That means she's free.
I think it was when they were bouncing ideas off, when they were about to kill the demon. So then when they killed her, she was like, I technically have a girlfriend again.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But he was the one that told her name. He was like, oh, so what happened to Willow?
Yep.
And she was like, oh, that's her name.
I thought it was really sweet when they first met, or when they met again. They met at the place where they had first met, which was at a bookstore. Mm-hmm. Yeah. She was really sweet. Yeah. And it was kind of sad because you could tell that Willow remembered a lot more than Rose did. So when Rose would do things that were a little out of the ordinary. So when she was stressed out, she used to do like count with her fingers. So 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. You know, she would do that. And whenever she would do that, Willow would do it with her. Mm-hmm. And she was like, whoa, that's...
Because her family would always tell her, stop doing that.
Yeah. Or people would just never pick up on her mannerisms. And even when they met, Willow was like, okay, pull out the note card because I know you wrote one. And I thought that was just really sweet.
That was so cute.
So here's my problem with this. I fucking loved all the characters. Yes. I was so down for this shit. Mm-hmm.
And the friendship.
But why is it that we didn't get to see Camp Damascus until 70% into the book? The cover is Camp Damascus.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed by that too. I really thought that we were going to see a glimpse of what happened inside of the camp. Mm-hmm. Because they don't remember most of what occurred in there. So I'm kind of bummed.
And it kind of felt, although they knew how to kill the demons, it felt like they went in with absolutely no plan. Mm-hmm. Right? Even if the book had been 50% of what it was before Camp Damascus, the other 50%, I would have loved it if they pretended to get caught.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That would have been more interesting.
Yeah, and then
So that
just
they can-
live the life they used to
Mm-hmm.
when they were there.
But then they're like waking people up, you know?
Yeah.
Or killing the other demons or whatever.
I know, flaming them up in the bathroom. I wish we had seen something like that. But it just felt very like, we're here now. Okay. Kill demons. Also, the fucking main guy of Kingdom of the Pine is here. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the fuck is going on? It felt very rushed for no reason at the end.
Yeah, I agree.
And it kind of disappointed me.
I honestly feel like it kind of lost me a little bit.
Yeah.
At that point, because I expected something more, and then I was a little bit confused because basically they make this plan to break into Camp Damascus, but like, why? I don't remember. To kill the demons?
They wanted to go there to break the tethering machine.
Okay.
But like I said, they went in with no plan. They don't even know what it looks like. They don't know how it runs.
Mm-hmm.
So what would have been the point of that?
Yeah.
But
I think they thought maybe it would have just come back to them, you know, like their memories would start coming back once they were there.
I thought it was really funny, though, that when they did break the tethering machine, all these demons wearing their fucking uniforms, they like look down at their name tag. It's like if you were told by your boss, oh, by the way, I'm not going to pay you. Fuck you. And then these demons just start attacking all of the straights.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Wasn't it the leaders of this?
Yeah,
that
so
they
all
killed?
of the camp counselors, the main guy of Kingdom of a Pine, and all of the people who were part of the camp, so like the campers, they all just ran for the hills. Like they ran away.
Yeah.
And then Sal, Rose, and Willow, while everything is in flames, bodies flying everywhere, they're like, let's go home, guys.
We fucking did it, guys.
Let's share a beautiful gay kiss and then leave.
All three of us.
All three of us.
Wait, did Sal not have a lover?
He did, but he couldn't see this lover anymore because of the demon. So I'm guessing they just parted ways. But I would assume that after this book, he's probably going to look for him.
Hopefully.
Yeah. But it ends with them just leaving Camp Damascus on fire. And they're like, good job, guys.
And then,
good job.
And then Sal plays a Christian rock song for us.
Yeah.
Credits roll.
Fucking,
They're walking down the sunset.
Isn't Imagine Dragons a Christian band? Or are they a Mormon band? They play Imagine Dragons.
Isn't that like a rumor? I have no idea. Should I ask?
I don't know either. Imagine Dragons, do you know them?
Is Imagine Dragons a Christian band? This is
not a Christian band.
Oh my god.
I'm
Why
sorry.
is it coming from thinkchristian.net? This
Can
is
you
not,
take a
I
picture of
repeat,
that? That's
not
really
a Christian band. It's kind of scary though, isn't it?
I'm sorry. I think they're Mormon. Love that though.
Is Imagine Dragons a Mormon band? Oh, yes. Imagine Dragons is a Mormon band.
I guess I know my Imagine Dragons.
How did you know that?
I just knew that their songs were Mormon or written for a Spider-Man musical that never came out. Those were like the two things. which
Two
is so
different
funny.
paths.
Their song, the breathing, the chemicals, that was supposed to be the main song for their Spider-Man musical.
Really? That would have been a good
Weird,
one.
right? Yeah. So
back to this book.
This book.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel?
I feel kind of sad because I'm on the same wavelength as you where I really, really liked the characters. I really liked Rose's progression from, the beginning of how she was super religious. But I mean, I didn't know she was brainwashed.
Yeah.
The way that she was. But now, later on, learning that she had done, that she was forced into the conversion therapy, had this whole tethering with the demon. So seeing her whole journey of remembering that she was in love with a woman and finding her on her own and just everything. And then her fucking killing these demons. I thought the premise is really interesting.
Yeah.
But there's just something about it that really disappointed me. I think it's the same thing about what you, Cheli, said. where I wanted to see more of the camp, but do you think it would have been too depressing? I don't know, because like what goes on in a conversion therapy camp?
Well, I read that Chuck Tingle made this book to show the sad state that LGBTQ people in religion have to deal with. Like what they do with conversion therapy is like such a hard thing to have to go through, from what I've read. But I would imagine that he would be willing to write that if that was the intention of the book.
Yeah.
Also, I know that she was pre-gay. Like I knew
Pre-gay.
that, yeah, she already had experience.
Yeah.
But I kind of wanted to see her own homophobic walls come up.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to see that.
Kind of like that struggle.
Yes, because it's the struggle of what I've learned, but what I want to be. And she didn't have that. So I wish we had seen that somewhere.
Yeah, I guess you're right, because once she realized that she was gay, it was just kind of like, okay, well, then I'm gay. Like, you know, she kind of just accepted it. It wasn't really like a doubtful, I guess.
And then her and Sal would make gay jokes together. She's like, yeah, demons following us around because we're gay as fuck. And then she would laugh. And it's like, I don't think Rose would have laughed at this. You didn't even know what sex was like 2 chapters ago.
No. That's what I was going to bring up. Yeah. So is that why when they asked her in Truth or Dare, how many people have you had sex with? Is that why she hesitated? Because technically she has had partners. Yeah. But she doesn't remember.
Maybe.
I don't know. Like, it's kind of confusing.
To me, it felt like she was saying, I don't know, because she didn't want to answer the question and embarrass herself. You know?
That makes sense too.
Yeah.
Because she did kind of have that struggle of, don't seem too Christian to these people because they think it's weird.
Yeah. I can't tell them that I think Jesus is hot.
Because that's inappropriate.
Because then what if they say they think Jesus is hot? Then I'm going to get super jealous. So she to me could have been so much more if she had very religious beliefs and then had people around her break those stereotypes. Or like break the stereotypes she thought existed. Yeah. Like if she just thought like, oh, women who are in love with other women, they're not right, you know? And then she meets Willow and she's like, oh my gosh, this is like the most independent person I've ever met. Yeah. Like I wish she would have had moments like that.
That would have been really good.
But no, I wish we could have seen the camp, but we didn't. And although I haven't read any other Chuck Tingle books, just based off of names alone, I think this is one of his more serious works.
I think so too.
So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and hope that Bury Your Gaze, which is the other book he wrote, I hope that one's a little better.
Hopefully. I don't know what that one's about either.
I don't either. Those are my thoughts.
Those are your thoughts?
I also thought the dialogue was kind of cringy. I won't lie.
Yeah, there were a couple parts, but I can't really... Is there one that you couldn't remember?
Just the gay jokes that they would make, just because it felt... It's fine, but it felt out of character for the people who would say it. Like, I mean, if you lived with a demon that would fucking kill you if you thought of a gay thing, I don't think I'd be making gay jokes.
Yeah. I kind of wish that them killing the demons would have been a little more of a challenge. Yeah. It kind of felt too easy.
Yeah. I also wish that there had been a moment where the demon and them would have an understanding before the big reveal. I wish that Rose would have seen like, oh, the demon doesn't want to do this. Yeah. You know?
That would have been nice to see.
Yeah.
Or even Rose hesitate a little bit like, wait a minute. Could we be friends? Can I talk to them? Like, I don't know. Yeah. Just anything, really.
Another thing, too, with the creator of the kingdom, I wish we would have seen him more before the big reveal at the end. Yeah. Like, he would have been a consistent character that would have been like, Rose, your belief is more important than your gay thoughts.
Don't forget, at the end of the day, it's all about Jesus.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
No. Overall, I'm still glad I bought the book. I think I'm still going to be a fan of Chuck Tingle, but I am a little disappointed that this isn't a 5-star read for me. Honestly, I would say it's like a 3-star bordering like a 2.8.
Yeah.
For me.
I kind of... I really thought this was going to be a high rating for me too, but I think that the like 60% mark around there kind of just lost me a little bit. I think for me, I'd probably give it like a 2.5. So same as you. Very halfway. I am still willing to read Bury Your Gaze though.
I am
Hopefully
too.
that one's better.
Yeah, but I think if we don't read that one, I think in the future, giving Chuck Tingle more time to produce more serious books, I think with time his writing will get better.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I think so too.
Maybe we should read his Pounded in the Butt by my own butt. It's a 5-star read.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? That's like the book of the year.
They seem really funny. I love that they're long titles.
I mean, I'm down, but I hate when we say we're going to read something because then we don't end up reading
I know
it. So
we
never
don't.
mind.
Okay, forget I said that. That being said, if you're listening to us in audio form, whether that be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or anywhere you get your podcast on, thank you so much. If you can leave a rating of 5 stars, it takes like 2 seconds to do. And if you can leave a review recommending us our next read, we're all full for October, but we are going to start bulking up our November reads soon.
Oh my God. Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy.
Are you going to miss spooky season?
No. I don't know why this one has been so tough on me. But I'm in it. I'm so fucking locked in for our next few reads. You don't even know.
I hope so.
I have a lot of notes for our next ones. So that being said, if you want to recommend us maybe some, I'm going to say cozy fantasy.
Dark romance.
No.
I kind of do want to do at least one dark romance. Come on.
Okay.
It's been so long.
If someone recommends a dark romance, just make sure it's got a little bit of me in there. Like, you know, they're thinking of me. So there's going to be some cute, like, comedic moments.
Okay.
I want that shit.
What is me then? Like if I were to say
Addie the Bad.
no.
You love that book.
I thought it because we hadn't done a dark romance.
That's true.
I think that was our first dark romance.
If you do a dark romance, please just be aware I will cry if it gets too sad. So don't make me cry. Make me cry tears of happiness.
Please.
If you want to support us and you have a little bit of extra money, what can they do?
So we do have a Patreon, and at the moment, it really just serves as a way for our listeners to let us know that you really appreciate our content, that you really enjoy it. You can find us on patreon.com/bookfix. But if you don't want the commitment of monthly, then you can find us on buymeacoffee.com/thebookfix or Coffee, which is ko-fi.com/thebookfix.
If you are watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. If you can like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because we post every Tuesday and Thursday, along with some random Monday bonus episodes, which are so great. Are we gonna hold on? Are we gonna do season 3 of Heartstopper?
I don't know. We haven't talked about it.
Okay, we'll talk about it later. Okay. What do we say? Oh, if you want to follow us on social media, we do have an Instagram, Goodreads, and a Threads at the Book Fix Pod. We also have a TikTok at the Book Fix. Thank you. So at the end, we like to read a positive and negative review of the book we've talked about. I will say, because we didn't mention this, I thought the cover for this book was really good.
Oh, yeah. I really liked it too.
But weird because it's at the camp and we didn't get to see it until later. I don't know. Okay, I will read a positive review.
So my negative review comes from Ellie. They gave it 1 out of 5 stars and they wrote, "This book fell so flat. It's one thing when the writing is weak. It's another mess entirely when you can tell that the author thinks that they're doing something with the writing and it's this mediocre. The story took so long to build that it lost all of the momentum and fizzled out so that by the time the book picked up, I didn't care anymore. This is a story and text that demands lots of investment up front with no payout at the end."
This comes from Daphne, who gave the book a 5 out of 5 and wrote, "Who knew that the author of countless acclaimed titles such as Space Raptor Butt Invasion could write something so profound? I have no choice but to stan Chuck Tingle."
Thank you so much for listening and we'll see you next time.
Bye. Isn't it kind of a weird thing to say that, like, you could hate a book but respect? It's not a weird thing. It should be normal. You can hate a book but respect it, because I feel like we rated it pretty low.
Yeah.
I still kind of vibe with it.
Yeah, of
You know what I
course.
mean?
I think we just had different expectations going into it. So when they weren't met, we're both kind of just left disappointed.
Yeah.
But
I'm not gonna come for Chuck Tingle.
no,
I don't even know who he is.
I don't think anybody knows who he is. So it's kind of hard to come. What if? Never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
Then it'll come true.
Then it'll come true. It's like Chuck Tingle could be anybody.
I know.
I'm just saying, putting that out there.
I haven't seen you and Chuck Tingle in the same room, so I don't know.
Oh my God. No, I was going to say, have you seen Julia Quinn and Chuck Tingle together?
Oh, damn.
Don't think so.
Damn. Do you know he had a gay erotica that was based off of Harry Potter?
Really? Which
Yeah.
one?
Harriet
Oh,
Popper?
what?
Yeah, it was like a weird thing. That's what we're gonna read now.
Yeah, that's just for us and our own private book club.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Okay, I'll get started.